Let's get our chats out here. Check, check, check. All right, that should be good. What's going on, guys? Where's my coffee? 1 second. There it is. There it is. There she is. There she is. Okay, guys. Lots going on. A couple tornado warnings we need to talk about right now. Jen, what's going on? Jen, I appreciate it. What is happening? Let's see. Let's make sure I am in my live chat. Am I live over on the tube as well? Let's see. Let's double check so I don't do anything stupid. Let's see. How are we looking? 1 second, guys. 1 second, guys. Just want to make sure everything's going good. Just started the stream. We do have some tornadoes we need to talk about. Actually, just really quickly, even before I check, this looks like this could be a serious tornado right here. I want to scroll on. We're in Mississippi. This is a pretty significant. It's actually looking slightly less significant. Just over the last little, you can see the hook in here. We could have something tucked into here, and it should be treated as such. This could be a tornado on the ground here. It is observed heading out towards Raleigh, Mississippi, up towards Newton, Mississippi. Or sorry, Newton, Alabama. No, Newton, Mississippi. Sorry, I lied. Forest. It's just to the southeast of Jackson, but Jackson should be good. Okay, we need to watch these areas out ahead of this tornado. Looks like it is still on the ground. We also have another system we're watching right up here just south of Columbus, Mississippi. Again, this is a pretty good signature right here that we have a tornado on the ground. Let's see. Our correlation coefficient with this too, you can see this looks like a debris field right here. That is probably the tornado right there. Where is this? This is heading out towards Fayette, Alabama, and everywhere in between, like this, up towards, I mean, I don't know if it makes it out to Jasper, Reform, Millport, Alabama, Ethelsville. You should be in a safe spot. Treat this like this is a very damaging tornado because it very well could be, and it does look like it still is on the ground. So just to the southeast, or just to the south, moving up to the east of Columbus, towards Millport, Kennedy, Fayette, and everything in between. Both of these still look like they are on the ground. You can see again here, Raleigh, Mississippi, McGee, Mendenhall, just to the south. So both of these look somewhat significant. High velocities, definitely have some vorticity in here. Correlation coefficient, so there's a little bit of a debris field with both, especially with this one up just to the south of Columbus, Mississippi, heading up towards Fayette, Alabama, in that region. Reform, Kennedy, Millport. So I wanted to get that out of the way first. And okay, we are working on all platforms right now. We're gonna get all the updates, guys. You can see our some blizzard warnings are still out here. We have some showers that are beginning to move into the mid-Atlantic now. Snow showers. Let me quickly go over all of our updates, and then I'm gonna start taking questions from all of you so we can see what's going on. So just give me 1 second. Okay. All right. What's new? Obviously out here, and let me turn this on to Hawk, Nej, Kella, Lynn. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you. I'm not getting alerts, sound alerts when we're getting some new tornado warnings, and I should have fixed that, but I'm a little bit late to get on stream. I may have to just fix it moving forward. So, which is a little bit annoying, but I'll just have to keep watching. Here's what's happening. We just talked about those 2 tornado warnings to the south. We have a couple tornado watches, severe watch. You should be seeing some pretty good snow up near Columbus. Let me actually take this out. Let me show you a different look here. I'm going to show you the reflectivity. Although this all looks like rain, it's not. You can see down at the bottom on TikTok, and it's on the left side on a tube. Heaviest snow looks to be falling right now. Charleston, West Virginia, up towards Dayton, just to the south of Columbus. It's falling much heavier. Pretty heavy snow is falling in Cincinnati right now. Maysville, Lexington, Louisville has another little band coming through, and we still have some snow falling through Central Illinois and Indiana, and on the back end still over here out to the east, Kansas City. We could see some heavy snow beginning to move. It looks like you may have some snow potentially or sleet moving into Lynchburg and potentially Richmond soon as well. Let's pull this out here. Let's take a look at some of our new models. What do we got going on? What you see on the screen here is our latest HRRR, most updated model. Still giving cities like Philly a chance for 5 inches. Still wanting to put a little bit of snow down in, interestingly enough, down in New York City. Heavy totals, as you can see, for Delaware and Maryland. Pretty strong total still. Now we can look at our latest really quick, and I'll get to the chat in a second, guys. Our most updated 00Z blended models. This is a really good. This will be more conservative. Still keeping that. Actually, totals up a little bit in Philly. 3.6 could see 4 or more. We'll have to see. This is a pretty good outlook here. As you can see, this area in the pink, purple to the pink, is expecting anywhere from 6 inches up to a foot. I'd pull back these totals maybe a tiny bit. And then we're also concerned about a little bit of ice down there on the bottom. We can move this back to the Ohio Valley. A lot of you guys already have snow on the ground here. So this, what you're looking at here is in addition. You can see the big snowstorm that wants to move through next week too. We'll talk about that in a second. This would be in addition to what you already have. So if you're in Columbus, Ohio, or Cincinnati, or some of these areas like Indianapolis, and you're like, we didn't get as much as we thought, you guys could still see another 3 to 4, depending on where you are. There's still a lot of snow, and there's a lot of snow that's going to come in on the back end of this as the system moves out. To the east, that's going to be falling in much colder air, so you can get a much better snow ratio behind this. We're also going to have this lake effect kicking in very soon. I don't think it's started to kick in yet in Chicago. Here it comes. Here comes our biggest band. This is going to shift south over the next 5-6 hours and start putting some snow into Chicago. It looks like we already have some snow moving around Chicago, but that lake effect band is going to really kick in. You can see our center of our low is somewhere out here. And as it moves off to the east, it's going to pull this cold air and winds along the surface of the lake here, forcing some lake effect snow potentially down into significant lake effect snow, potentially into areas like Kenosha, maybe Milwaukee, Chicago as well. Really quickly, last thing before I start taking any questions. Let's see here. Let's look. I'll just show you guys what's our updates with. Because now it's only like 4 days away from starting with our snowstorm that's coming up here, the end of this upcoming week, just week. Let's go to South Central. Here's our most updated blended models. Still liking Dallas snow up through Arkansas and up through the Tennessee Valley. We can look. Actually, I wonder if our NAM is going to show us a little bit better. Look at this. It's probably just going to see the beginning of this happening though with the 00Z because it's too far out. Really quick updated Euro ensemble on this event. Here you go. Look at that. I mean, I don't think this happens, guys, but the Euro's a good snow model. And just the fact that it sees a signal like this for almost a foot into Dallas, you're not going to get a foot in Dallas. I can almost guarantee you. But just the fact that it sees a signal means, high confidence that we're going to see some sort of snow event down there. And then what it does out in the southeast is still anyone's question. And I'm almost done, and I'll get back to chat. What it does down here in the southeast is anyone's question. You could see this type of line actually shift farther south. I wouldn't be surprised, just a little bit south, to include places like Charlotte and Atlanta, and then northern Alabama, Mississippi, maybe even northwestern Louisiana. But we'll see. Little bits go, but you can see what it wants to do up there in the northeast as this pushes forward. This would be an interesting look. This would be coming right back in, so it'd be snow next weekend. And then the Ohio Valley would see a little bit of this potentially too. This is our Euro ensemble. Take this with a grain of salt. We need some time to adjust what could actually happen here. You could get closer to 10-to-1 ratios with this too, but you can see that snow. This would just be piling on back up on top of that. So, and we could still have some dangerous, situations out here, people without power. So, obviously there's tons of people without power, tons of accidents going on right now, states of emergency. The election is supposed to be certified in DC tomorrow while, 10 inches of snow is falling. I don't know. And it's going to start in the morning and then end at night. That's going to be interesting how they handle that, because DC shuts down for a half an inch of snow and there's going to be 10 inches falling, and there's supposed to be a lot of people on the roads for that. I don't know if you guys have thought about that, but I don't know what the heck they're going to do. But hopefully that works out. Some people are like, they need to figure it out. And some people are like, I hope they don't figure it out, but we're not going to get into that. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna start taking some questions. Let me look at the latest national blend. This is a pretty good look, most updated on what we could see out here in the Mid-Atlantic, and we'll move back and forth. Okay, Jen, update on southwestern PA, Morgantown, West Virginia. Yeah, our latest update there. You can see here, it's a tight line, but anywhere really down here, you could get anywhere between 5 inches up to a foot. The farther south you go, the more snow you're going to see. The heaviest snow band's going to be to the south. So, I'd probably say your best guess out here is 7 to 10 inches, and you could get a little bit more. So much more peaceful. I know. Eric said, how much snow you think between DC and Baltimore we get? You can see here. I mean, it still really wants. I'm going to take these totals down, and I'm going to say I'll say 6 to 9 inches. You could see on the heavy side, especially because after this storm moves through, we're going to have some back end. So. Here's your first initial snow, and then watch as back end snow. So that back end snow could surprise us with totals in that area. Kimber, what's going on? Jen, Lee, Kayla, Nancy, Hope, Lynn. Let's see here. Nej, Sarah. Period. Hawk. Kella, what's going on, guys? I appreciate you. It's snowing here. Let's go. Yep. We're getting snow moving in out east. So we got a lot of alerts, guys. If you missed this, okay, one of our tornado warnings was canceled. We're still looking at this tornado in Mississippi moving up just past McGee. This does look like this is an observed tornado. So we can push into here. And can we see the rotation on the radar? We can. You can see it a little bit. I would guess that we're going to see a signature right here for a tornado. So let's go into our high res. There it is. You can see the hook right here. So we do right north of McGee. Hopefully not through McGee. Mississippi, but it looks like it might be. Let's go into our correlation coefficient so we can see if we have a debris field in here. Not looking super intense anymore, but I'd still be very you got to be in a safe spot if you're out here, especially up towards Raleigh, Mississippi. You need to be in a safe spot with this storm. You can still see the rotation on the composite reflectivity. The good thing is this is a QLCS tornado, so as soon as this, listen, this is ingrained. They just extended it. This is ingrained in a squall line, so quasi-linear convective system. So here we go. It's going to move out into the east. So this wants to bring it more out towards Bay Springs, just to the north of Taylorsville. Interesting name. So if you're in this area in Mississippi up towards Montrose, like I said, Bay Springs and McGee and everything in between, be in a safe spot. Bottom floor of your house, in a closet, in the interior, away from windows, or in a storm shelter if you have one. This may not be on the surface, but it also may be. I mean, this is actually a pretty good. This looks like it could be a pretty dangerous tornado, so treat it as such. All right. Let's see here. Let's get back up here. Sorry, guys. I have to pause for a second to get that information out. That's really important. Another tornado warning up here, just to the west of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. This is new. Let's take a look really quick. This is radar indicated. I got to cover these first. This is more important than snow. So let me just cover this and we'll get back to that. Let's go to single site radar. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. We'll look at our 14 frames. Can we see it can we see rotation? We can see a little bit of rotation. Let's go into our velocity. Here it is. This looks like it could be a very strong tornado as well. This is remember, these reds are moving away from the raindrops, rain particles moving away from the radar, and green moving towards. When you have this, you have typically vorticity, a lot of spin, a lot of shear in the atmosphere. You can see our base velocity, very strong signature of a tornado here just to the north of Pickensville. It's going to move hopefully just to the north of Carlton, Alabama, just to the south of Reform, heading straight towards Gordo, it looks like, and then to the north of Tuscaloosa. So everyone in this area needs to be in a safe spot right now. And we can take a look at our correlation coefficient as well. And it does look like we have a tiny bit of a debris signature already there. Right here. This thing could be just trying to touch down right now. So take this very, very, very seriously, guys. I also don't like the fact that, okay, this is tucked into our squall line as well. You got some rain-cooled air down here to the south, it looks like. So I think this could choke off this tornado. Your inflow isn't great. You'd want some drier air out ahead of this system. So hopefully this thing gets choked off quickly. But right now it currently looks like you could have a pretty intense tornado on the ground heading towards Gordo and to the north of Tuscaloosa. All right. let's move out and let's get back up here. And let me answer questions again. Let's see here. What do you think is going to happen to northern Columbus? Ohio? You guys have some snow moving in, although I like to look at this when it comes to your snow totals up there, or what's actually happening, your actual reflectivity radar. Doesn't look, you could be having some snow precip falling right now, but it's not going to be heavy. James Jackson, Caden, Julie, what's going on, Julie? Thank you guys. But we can look at what the estimated snow totals for that area are. Really quickly update it. Let's get into here. Sorry, guys. I have streaming on the YouTube and TikTok, so I got to go back and forth. Let's go. Let's push back over towards the Ohio Valley and see what our latest updated numbers are. And so, some snow's already fallen over here in Ohio. Here's what it thinks we still could see. You can see anywhere from 2 inches up here towards Columbus and just to the north of Columbus. And then all the way down, you can get as much as maybe into just to the north of Cincinnati. Another, and from Cincinnati and north, another 7 to 9 inches. I don't think we're going to get that much. Maybe 5 to 7 inches through that part of Ohio. This is a pretty updated, and this is your national blended model, so it's going to be pretty modest with it. Totals for deep south later this week. Yeah, we were looking at that. Well, we can actually get into the deep. We actually have something in here for the deep south. Here you go. This is a possibility. The snow line may be to the north, so take this far southern of a snow line with a big grain of salt, because I'd expect it probably to be up here. But not impossible. We could see something like this. This is our national blended models, and it's taking into account a bunch of the different things and averaging them out. So I would push that snow line to the north, but this is still a possibility. The thing I like to look at is we can go into our Euro and we can go to probabilities, because everyone says, what's the chance? Speaking of that, I think my friend actually asked me, and I never answered her. Maddie, if you're in here, I'll tell you. Let me see, or text me. Let's see. So, I want to go into, let's go into Euro Ensemble, probabilities, winter of seeing an inch or more. So this is an interesting look for the deep south. I don't know why this is playing, but this is an interesting look. U.S. regions. Let's get down here. Let's go. We'll just hit the southeast. So here's what the Euro thinks are your probabilities of seeing an inch or more of snow as we move through the next 5 days, basically. It says the 11th, but so this is a pretty good percentage for some of you guys down here, okay? Because once you get into the yellow and above, that's around 50% and over of you guys seeing an inch of accumulation or more. Will it happen? Remember, take this with a grain of salt. You can see the 3 inches or more of accumulation. It wants to give all these areas a shot. I think the snow line should probably be pushed a little bit to the north, but this is our most updated Euro on who it thinks could see snow with this southern snowstorm next week. So that's a lot of people. I would take. I think that needs to be a little bit more conservative, but I could be wrong and that could be right. So that's what's going on with that. You can see that's our latest update of what we potentially could see with it. This is conservative. I would expect these totals to actually be increased, but this is a blended model, so it's always going to be conservative with totals. Let me move back up really quickly here up to our HRRR 3K and take a look at what's going on up here. And sorry guys, 1 second. Here's kind of your latest update with what it thinks could happen out here. This is your 1Z. So this now wants to put Philly into 5 inches. Very, very interesting. This is your latest HRRR, which is a really good short range model. Interesting. It's actually increasing totals. Can you show the MBM snow totals for Texas next week? Yeah, I can tell you right now. I'll go back down there, I guess, really quick, but I'll go back down here really quickly. But this is your national blend for Texas. Now, your national blend is always going to be conservative with snow totals because it blends in models that show no snow as well because it wants to get a good balance of the models. So I would actually think that parts of these areas could way outperform this, but it's yet to be seen. It's really hard to tell if the snow line is going to set up here, or here. Models disagree on exactly where the snow line sets up and then how it moves off to the northeast or maybe a little bit more to the east, northeast. So let me get back up here to the Mid-Atlantic and go back to our latest HRRR 1Z. This is a really good look. And I'll push over. I'm not just going to stay in the Mid-Atlantic. I'll push over through the Ohio Valley right now as well. Let me just get this set up again, guys. This is I'm using Weather Bell and Pivotal Weather. Daniela, what about DFW? Are we yeah, there's models that want to put a foot into DFW. There's models that want to put an inch into DFW. It's a little bit up in the air. I think the National Blend is doing an okay job saying 2 to 4 inches as of now, as of the latest. I think that's your best bet, but we could see totals increase. It just depends what happens with that snow line, though. Alabama on Friday. Yeah, if you're northern Alabama, I think you have a chance of seeing some snow accumulations, but temper your expectations. Definitely temper your expectations because things are going to change. Anything for northern New Jersey next weekend storm? Northern New Jersey, yeah, there are some models that want to track it up to the north, which would dump a lot of snow up here. The latest GFS really wants it to look like, and I live up here near, I live to the north of Philly, so I would love if the latest GFS was right. It wants your classic nor'easter dumping, a foot or two of snow up for everyone up here. Is that going to happen? I think the models are right that it might actually skirt off the coast down here and be a big snowmaker for the Tennessee Valley, parts of the Ohio Valley, and then the southern Mid-Atlantic way down here. But that's yet to be seen. Let's see here. Is 2.2 inches realistic in Jersey? Well, parts of Jersey are going to see way more than 2.2 inches. This is your HRRR here that wants to bring 7 inches into southern Jersey. That's possible. I think those totals will be a little bit lower. We can look at our national blend of models. Wants to bring, central to southern Jersey anywhere from 2 all the way up to 8 inches of snow. So, I mean, northern Jersey is going to be, northern Jersey we got to be a little bit more conservative with. But you can see here, this is a really good look for the Mid-Atlantic. A lot of people keep asking about the Mid-Atlantic. On the 01Z, this is going to do a really good job. This is our latest run. Let's see here. Let's see. I do not want to go. Let me refresh this really quick. It's kind of messing up my map. Here we go. Okay. 1 second, guys. There we go. 01Z. That's going to be your best kind of latest look. Let's see here. This isn't really a New York system. I mean, New York City. Most of these models still want to give a ½ inch to an inch through New York City and Long Island. Maybe a little bit more. That's still possible. But yeah, if you're spamming, I'm usually not going to answer you if you're in all caps spamming. So I'm doing my best. I'm one person, and I'm on YouTube and TikTok trying to answer as many questions as I can. So yeah, if you're spamming, I'm definitely going to skip over your question. You could ask the same question like every so often. Like obviously you have to, because I'm going to miss your questions. But for the people who are like literally, who I see like the question 30 times in a row within a 5-second span, like that's just a little bit much. Hey Connor, did the storm shift south a bit? It's kind of stayed consistent over the last 12 hours. Also, what does the 00Z mean and timing? Yeah, we're still thinking, we can see what's going on up here. I can actually take a look. We can take a look right here. When do these snow totals start? Actually, when we start seeing snow pile up in the Mid-Atlantic, and this wants to bring it into, early hours in the morning, 3-4 a.m. when we can see snow start to pile up out here. It's going to start snowing. It's going to start snowing out in this region significantly very early in the morning, and it's going to be snowing heavily through afternoon to late afternoon for a lot of these areas. And then we're going to have some back-end snow as we move to the nighttime. I'll go over to the Ohio Valley really quick. You can see this is just what the here, let me move this back. Let me go back here to 00Z. What's going on back here? A lot of these areas, especially out here, your snow's the heaviest snow starting to make its way moving out. The heaviest snow is kind of, through this region right now. Weather Bell, Pivotal Weather. This one's Weather Bell that I'm on. Pivotal Weather's the other one I use a lot. This is a pretty good website as well. Really quickly, we can take a look at what we expect to happen. We can take a look really quickly at what we... Am I not logged in? 1 second, guys. Let me log into this real quick, and that means I need to shut off the screen really quick. Oops. 1 second, guys. 1 second. I was like, why is it showing all that? Okay. All right, we're good. Here you go. Okay. Let's take a look. The latest GFS gives us a really interesting look on what's going to happen with next week's storm. Leanne, Reed, Christine. What's going on, Christine? James, Caden. Reed, I appreciate you guys. Have you guys seen our latest GFS 18Z? Take this with a grain of salt. I don't think we're gonna see this exact look. This would be an absolutely insane nor'easter. Getting down to a 963 millibar low up there in the northeast would be absolutely insane. This would just be ridiculous. Just for fun, I'll show you if that were to happen. This is probably not going to happen. It's a possibility, but if that were to happen, guys, this would be, I mean, 30 inches of snow for Philadelphia, DC, Baltimore, up towards New York City, maybe like a foot. It's possible. It's probably not going to happen like that. Let's be realistic. It could. We'll see. You can see our 18Z Euro wants to treat the storm a little bit differently and tuck it a little bit farther to the south, keep it a little weaker. It wants to kind of move the system a little bit like this. We can go and see how the Euro treats this. Dumping snow in Dallas-Fort Worth on the Euro, but then weakening and not really having it tilting, not having a negative tilt on this trough as it moves up to the northeast until it gets right off the coast. So we would have to see how this was treated. If this would start to tilt, you could have a low form and still get that kind of nor'easter type look. Your latest icon's loading in, so this is going to be really interesting to see how this how the latest icon treats that system next week. But you can see all these models want to take the snow up the coast. If it goes farther to the south, you'll get more southern snow because the snow is going to be on the north and west side of the system. And then we can go into our latest NAM run here. Here's our latest NAM run of this snow system that we're dealing with right now. This wants the heaviest snow to move in at around 6 a.m. into Philly. The heaviest snow into Baltimore and D.C. to begin moving in at around 3 a.m. And then some snow potentially moving into start moving into New York City at around 9 a.m. And then that snow sticks around for a good portion of the day. And you can see the latest NAM does begin to start. This is at the end of the run. Begin to show what would be our snow development down here as well. That system as well. Okay, let me get back over here. 1 second, guys. Let me readjust here. There we go. All right, let me get this so you guys can see this a little better. Okay, that should be good. All right, let's see. Gut feeling of 6 inches for Chester County, PA. Let me see. I live in PA and I'm still messy. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I thought. Just the west of Philly. On the high end, yeah, it's possible to get 6 inches into Chester County. Not out of the question, guys. If you're just in here, that we do have tornado warning, tornado on the ground. I don't know if this is it is an observed tornado just to the west of Tuscaloosa. I'm about to move to the south of Reform, Alabama, and to the west of Gordo, just to the north and west of Tuscaloosa. This is a pretty decent signature here. It is an observed tornado. You can kind of see that this notch is concerning right in here. We can take a look at our correlation coefficient. See, do we have a debris signature? And we do. Look at this right here. That looks like a tornado, guys, heading straight towards Gordo, Alabama, and then to the north of Tuscaloosa. Anywhere over here, you need to be on the bottom floor of your house, in a closet, in the interior, away from windows, in a storm shelter, and if you have one. Take that seriously. We still do have one down here. Observed tornado. Okay, this means it's likely on the ground. This looks like this may be it right here. That debris signature right there on our correlation coefficient. We can take a look at our velocity. That is where it is, right there, tucked in. So this would be just out to the west of Bay Springs, Mississippi. Yep, just out to the west of Bay Springs, Mississippi. Could pass to the north to Taylorsville. Everyone in this area needs to be prepared for this. Treat this very seriously. It does look like a pretty serious tornado. We can probably see the spin on our composite reflectivity. You kind of can see it right in here, right to the north of Mays. So, went to weather radar. All right, I appreciate the follows, guys. Thank you for the follows. I appreciate that. Jonah, I appreciate you, Gavin. Thank you, Elsie, Audrey, Francisco. Thank you, guys. Get in here. Sorry, this is my radar Omega is frozen for a moment. There you go. There you go. DC, get some light snow moving into your area, although I think a lot of that precip is not making it to the ground yet. Hey, Kay and Maria, I appreciate you guys. What's New York City looking like, bro? Well, we'll take a look back over there with our latest. These are our most up to date snow models. Let's take a look at our latest HRRR guys. Our HRRR stands for High Resolution Rapid Refresh Model. Every hour this thing is refreshing itself. It's a really great snow model, typically within like 12 hours. Once you get within 12 hours, this thing starts to really be king. You know what I mean? Starts to really slay, as the kids would say, slay king. And then 24 to 48 hours would be the NAM would be really good. So as we get closer, I like our look at the HRRR. We can go into our 2Z. This is still loading. Let's go into our 1Z. This is probably one of the best looks we're going to have right now of what our actual totals could look like. Still wanting 5 to 6 inches. Yeah, Chester County into Philly. Still liking heavy snow totals in Baltimore and D.C. Riley, what's going on? I'm streaming. What was I going to tell you? Well, I'll tell you later. I'll call you when I'm off. All right, peace. Cheryl, Mikey. Let's see here. What does snow look like for the southeast this week? Yep, I've been answering that, and we'll go back there, guys. And I just want to say this again. I'm one person, and I'm on. By the way, if you're on, I don't know what's gonna, guys. We don't know what's gonna happen with TikTok. Hopefully, TikTok's fine. Hopefully, TikTok sticks around forever and everything's good. But I'm streaming over on YouTube right now as well under Connor's Climate Corner, trying to build that channel because obviously I want to be able to continue to do this if anything happens. So if I'm talking to two chats, so it's really hard. I'm gonna miss a bunch of questions, but I'm doing my best here. Southeast, a lot of people are asking about this. This is our national blend of models. The national blend of models is going to take our best forecasts from all of our models, average them together. This is widely considered in the meteorological community the most accurate forecast. It's still not going to be perfect. Also, when you get a blend of models in an ensemble, your totals are always going to be reduced. So I would expect a lot of these totals to be higher. Okay, so where you see 1, you could see maybe 3 or 4. I expect all these totals to be higher. We still don't know where the snow band sets up. This wants to set up a snow band like this. I think the snow band might be a little bit more to the north. This would be kind of Thursday through Saturday type thing down here, and then pushing into the Friday, Saturday, Sunday up here in the northeast potentially. But this is kind of where it gives you your best shot to see accumulating snow. I would stick with the darker colors here. Again, your snow totals will likely be higher than this, but we don't exactly know where that snow line is going to set up. We need a tiny bit more time. Tomorrow is probably, I'm going to put out a video tomorrow. We're going to have some, we're going to be within that 96-hour time frame where it really turns into a forecast, not really any sort of outlook anymore. So, and then really quickly for Central South, just so you guys can see over near Texas. Again, these are conservative numbers. We could see more, could see less. We've got to see where the snow line shifts. But interesting. I've been talking about this for like 10 days. I never talk about snowstorms out that far. But we have seen... people wondering why I've been talking about that. We have seen the GFS. It does really good with detecting subtropical lows, and it detected continuously a subtropical low forming down there around this time frame. And the Euro does good with cold air troughing, and they both were calling for these things to happen. So I actually called for southern snow quite a while ago, and I had a couple hundred people in my comments on my video that popped off, all calling me an idiot and saying I'm fear mongering, and there's going to be no snow in the South in the second week of January. So that should be fun for me to make a video and talk about all their comments. So that'll be nice. But anyways, let's get back to the storm that's actually ongoing right now. Knoxville, Tennessee. Hey, Knoxville, Tennessee is in a great spot to see snow on Friday. It would be Friday. I got to nail down that timeline. I've been paying attention so much to this storm's timeline. I want to think about this, but you guys are in a good spot to see something. We still have to watch where the snow line moves. Let's see here. I appreciate the follows, guys. Thank you. Popped over to the YouTube. It's Mac. What's up, brother? What's going on, Mac? What's going on, dude? Hey, what's going on, Flower? Oh, shoot. You know what I should do? I need some mods over here. Hold up. You are not required to be in all my streams or do anything special, but anytime you're in here, it is helpful. I have 0 mods over there, so let me just do this real quick. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just reading something really quickly, guys. How much will New York City get with the upcoming snowstorm? Yeah, it's really. I mean, there's one model that wants to put a foot of snow into New York City next week. There's one that wants to put a half inch. We need a little bit more time to forecast kind of if that system's really going to move up the coast or it's just going to dip out around the Carolinas off to the east or off the coast of Virginia. That would really change snow totals. Let's see here. Also, what's Western North Carolina looking like next week? Well, the mountains should get a good snow regardless of where the storm goes. I think even if the storm tracks north, you're going to be cold enough to get a lot of snow into the mountains. So Charlotte's really, really up. Charlotte's really, really up in the air. Found you on TikTok. Wanted to make sure I can find you again. God forbid it gets taken down. Thank you, Shan. That's why I'm over. That's why I'm over on YouTube as well, because just in case anything happens on TikTok, you never know. I would like to. I like both platforms anyways. So. But yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, let me get back to answering questions here. Lisa, Maria, Cheryl hates Mikey. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for the follows or subs. I appreciate that. Pittsburgh, yeah, Pittsburgh. Your totals are up on the latest on the 1Z of the HRRR, which I would say again is good for you. So we can go back here to the 1Z of the HRRR. This is one of your better short range models. This is like, well, you would be considered your best short range model. So we can go back here to the 1Z and you can see here, maybe, I mean, we'll have to see. This still isn't done loading, so these totals are going to go up a little bit, especially out to the west. So I would maybe increase this 4 to 6 inches through Pittsburgh, but I guess that actually really hasn't changed much. It's stayed pretty consistent. Yeah. What about? Oh, here. Let me make here. Eric's add moderator. There we go. Let's see here. Central Jersey. Guys, again, I do think these numbers are pretty good. So, I do think this is pretty realistic. This is our 1Z. This is a good short range model. Especially once you get within kind of 12 hours, it starts to really, really, its accuracy starts to shoot through the roof. So, Central New Jersey, anywhere from, 1 to 4 inches is possible. I'd say you'd probably be closer to 3. If you're really, really central, like Trenton and out east type of central. Southeastern Wisconsin. Yeah, well, You guys do have something interesting happening out there. You have a lake effect that's about to be triggered. So let me do this really quickly for you. U.S. states. Let's go into Wisconsin. Here you go. And let's move into our. So this is interesting. These models do think places like, whatchamacallit? Oh my God. Kenosha. Kenosha and up towards Milwaukee could get anywhere between 4 to 7 inches of snow. Remember, this is going to be a lake effect snow band triggered by these northeasterly winds moving in after our low pressure. Our winter storm to the south of us moves east. But yeah, I think you could see this. It's going to be interesting to see how the band sets up more over Kenosha, more over Milwaukee, but it's really going to stay near the coast. This is a lake effect band. It's not going to affect anyone else out there in Wisconsin. So. Let me get back up here to regions. Let's go back over to the Mid-Atlantic, and we'll see what people ask about. DC, I mean, this is our latest update. DC still wants to get... I don't think DC is going to get a foot like it's saying. 10 inches, I think, is still somewhat realistic for DC, and I don't know how they are going to get people in to, certify the election in DC tomorrow. They might have to delay it a day or two. I mean, I guess they'll figure it out, but DC shuts down for like an inch of snow, all the roads. So that's going to be a mess. I haven't heard. Has anyone heard them talking about that on the news? If they have any plans for that, that's kind of crazy. I mean, I guess nowadays you can do everything online, right? They're all going to get in a WebEx. Do you think Kansas will have school on Tuesday? Northeastern Kansas may still. There's a lot of issues out there. I don't know how their school system works out there. They may have off Monday and Tuesday, especially in some areas where they saw, kind of an historic storm. Central, North, and East Kansas, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you got off Tuesday as well. I have a flight from New York to Dallas on the 9th. You think that will affect my travel plans? Yeah, that winter storm is going to start to, you could the timing is going to be weird. A lot of the models want that snow down in let's go to not southeast, south central. A lot of models want the snow to start picking up down here in Texas. The Euro wants like a foot of snow in Dallas Fort Worth on Thursday evening into Friday morning. So if you fly in early afternoon based on our current timing, it'd be fine. If you're flying in Thursday evening, it might be okay, but I can't promise you that you're not going to see delays and cancellations in the Dallas Fort Worth Thursday. Late Thursday afternoon all the way through Monday morning. With the current timing, there's time for this type of stuff to adjust, obviously. And it will adjust slightly as we move forward. So we'll have to see, how it wants to adjust exactly. Let's go back to our 1Z. Let's see. How many inches of snow is northern Delaware you're going to get? Well, you can kind of see right here. I mean, 5 to 9 inches, 5 to 8 inches looks the most realistic. Could be a little bit, maybe we'll say 4 to 7 to be careful. Northeast Arkansas, yeah, I mean, your snow totals, they want to bring 2 to 4 inches of accumulation on the National Blended Models through there on Friday, but we need a little bit more time for exact accumulation totals to see where the snow line sets up. But that's a pretty good spot to be for the snowstorm next week. I live near DC. I think we will get like 8. Yeah, I think on the high end you could get a foot. I think on the low end you'll get like 6 or 7. Like I don't see you getting like less than 6 inches of snow. Like this, the way this system's going to move over you guys. I mean, it's gonna sit in a pretty good pocket. So you can kind of see here on our latest HRRR. We'll just go to the 1Z. This thing is going to. Let's go here. This thing is going to really. Let me move this over so I can make sure I can see what's going on here. 1 second, guys. This watch DC. Heavy snow moves in, and almost no sleet wants to move into that area. Especially as it begins to snow in the beginning, it's going to cool all that air. That's a crazy spot to be. You can see it doesn't really highlight it. You could get some surprise snow down through this region right here. You can see this kind of pink right here. So you could get some really surprise snow down here. I mean, like well over a foot. We'll have to see. I think some of that on the front end may be rain. But that could be a big surprise right there. You can see the latest HRRR does want to bring snow all the way up early into the Hudson Valley up towards New York City and Long Island. Not going to be a ton, but then you get this back end snow too that could bring some significant snowfall. Your snowfall ratios are going to be much better on the back end. It's going to be much colder, so an inch of precipitable water is going to translate to much more snow. It's going to be a lot less dense. Abby, Jake, Crazy, Matt, Brandon, Violet, Ryan, Lisa, thank you guys. I appreciate you. I know I probably missed some people, and I'm sorry. Thank you for the follows, the subs, guys. Thank you. I will do a sub over on TikTok. I'll do a sub only. I'll do a sub only stream chat after this. For about 20 minutes after I hop off of this one. When is snow supposed to move in for New Jersey? Yeah, we were just. I mean, this will show us some pretty good timing here. Let me get into our 2Z. So. Was it? Yeah, New Jersey. This wants snow to start moving into the actual really like the second it hits the state line, maybe about six hours from now. So and then from there it's going to start to get more significant. Your snow is going to be, I think, as we approach. You can see right here as we approach, like from central to southern New Jersey, as we approach about 10 hours out. So maybe 8 a.m. It's going to start to kind of amp up over there. I'm really watching the time frame for the end of this week because I got to drive back up for school starting back Monday. Yeah, that storm could do something really, really crazy. Can you show us south? Let's see here. Can you show us the southwest region? Sure. What's going on over here, guys? Let's go to our National Blended Models. Oh. Well, I'm not surprised by this. This is kind of where the snow's our low is gonna start to move in, and then want to bring snow into Texas. This is an interesting signature right here. Very, very, very interesting. What's going on there? So National Blended Models. This isn't too unrealistic right here. These types of totals through that region. I haven't looked and broken down kind of our weather pattern out there right now because of all this stuff going on, but I will. I'll do a forecast for the whole country. Maybe tomorrow. I think I'll really put out 2 videos. Abby, Humanoid, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Can you check northern New Jersey, please? I'm going to cry. Yeah, northern New Jersey isn't going to get much snow. I mean, you guys could get anywhere between an inch and 2 inches, probably max, if you're talking about northern New Jersey. You know, so let me pull back in our HRRR. It's going to do a little bit better, and we'll go into our 1Z. Oh, here are 2Zs still loading. 2Zs still loading. Very, very slowly. We'll go back because that's not showing the full picture. We'll go back here to our 1Z. Is there any snow forecasted for northwestern Ohio region? Been waiting, but everything seems northwestern Ohio region. Yeah, potentially with this next week's storm, depending on where it moves. And wow, I appreciate you guys. Let me take a sip of this, and then okay. I've been answering questions. I'm gonna take a sip of this real quick, and then guys, I want to talk about everything from a macro level. We're gonna zoom out and just talk about everything from a macro level real quick here. Let's just go to our national, and I'm gonna talk about all the upcoming events that we could see. Okay, here's our national blended models. Here's where it likes the chance for some snowfall over the next. Let me zoom this back a little bit. You know, throughout the next 7 days. So if you're in any of the grays, blues, and it gives all these areas a chance for accumulating snowfall, not flurries. But this is a blend of models. Let's talk about how realistic this is. Let me chug my coffee real quick to get a little bit of energy back. Give me 1 second. Christine, Fishing, I appreciate you guys. Love all my TikTok people, but thanks to the people who are joining on YouTube as well. Like I said, I don't know what's gonna happen on TikTok, so I'm trying to convert. All right. We need to take the cap off. I can't drink coffee fast enough with that. Okay. All right. Love that sound. Let's talk about this from a macro level, then I'm going to go back and take questions again, guys. All right. And let's talk about why this stuff is happening. Why the confidence in our southern snow is. Why did I, someone who knows not to talk about a snowstorm over a week out, have so much confidence in this southern snowstorm that we're going to see? Let's talk about why. Let's look at everything from a macro level really quick, and then let's get back in and I'll answer questions again. Here's what's going on. And we'll take a look at the euro for now, even though the euro is being a little bit bullish. Let's get into here. Let me just set this up so you guys can see this good. Here we go. I think you guys can see that well. We're going to start with something weird. We're going to look at our jet stream. We'll go to North America. Watch what happens as this right here. Some of you know exactly what I'm looking at and why this is why we're confident that someone could get some surprising snow in the south. During winter, when you get a look like this, a very vertical up and down jet stream, this is how you get very cold surface air pulled in from areas up here that really shouldn't be down in the lower 48 that far south. This cold air is going to ride this jet stream down to the south, and what's going to happen is this jet stream is then going to begin to want to kind of tilt off here to the right, absorbing and pulling in a lot of Gulf warm air and moisture. And now you have cold Canadian Arctic air, moist, I hate that word, moist Gulf air mixing in. This is a recipe for big snow. How big is yet to be seen, but watch this. Okay, here's the mechanism for the cold air. And then as it moves off to the east, suddenly, here we go. We are tearing in Gulf moisture into the system and mixing it in with that cold surface air. And we can kind of see how the GFS wants to treat this as well. We're going to go in a little bit closer for the GFS. GFS wants to do the same thing. Here is, as we get into, boom, right there, Thursday. Big vertical dip in the jet stream, and then it wants to tap into the Gulf there. And then here is what's interesting, guys. Right here is a positively tilted trough. This is not a scary weather event. This is just you could get some very cold air. This is not going to be producing very heavy storms. Here it goes neutrally tilted. Here you can get some significant snowfall significant thunderstorms. Now here at the end of this, and this is what there's starting to be some model consensus on, our trough begins to what we call negatively tilt, where it starts to bend off like this, off to the east. This can pull in a lot of this can cause a lot of lift out ahead of this system. Can pull in some warm air, mixing with this cold air. Very unstable environment here. You could have a low that is deepening very, very quickly. This is when you see those major nor'easters of what we could say the past, because it's been a while. And that's what the GFS wants to do. The Euro doesn't want to do that. We can take a look at the Euro. The Euro wants to take this, put it into a neutral tilt, and just keep it a neutral tilt right off the coast. And then suddenly, instead of getting your 30 inches of snow in Philly, which I still think that's not going to happen, what the latest GFS shows, not impossible, but then you just get really nothing. It's kind of a weak snow system. So how this trough comes in and tilts, and everything and all these models are handling it differently. But what we do see is this vertical trough, this cold air, surface cold air down here, and then that cold air with moisture moving across the southeast and up towards the mid-Atlantic looks pretty darn certain. So, and really quickly, I want to show you guys this too, and then we'll get back to taking questions. Here's our outlook from the Climate Prediction Center for the next 6 to 10 days. Darker blue you are, the more below average your temperatures are. What is happening over the next 2 weeks in January? In the Northern Hemisphere, typically your second and third week of January are the coldest weeks of the entire year. When you have significantly below average temperatures on average during the coldest 2 weeks of the year, that is how you get southern snow. That is how you get very freezing temperatures. Watch what happens as we approach the near the end of January, as we're approaching January 19th, 20th. We're still cold. I mean, this is zonal troughing. The entire U.S. is cold, but especially look at this area out here. I don't think your snow chances go away after this weekend out in the southeast. If you're down here and you don't get snow from this storm, you may have another chance. I'm not going to say you're gonna, but I think you may have another chance or two, based on how the Climate Prediction Center wants to handle that. I also like how this looks over the next week with average to above average precip while your temperatures are below average. I like how the climate if you see that type of combination there, that's a recipe for some sort of winter storm for you guys. Potentially it's a good outlook for you guys. So anyways, let's get back into the thing that people actually care about, which is how much snow am I going to get and stuff like that. I also need to go and look here. We have more tornado warnings down in the south, so I need to talk about this right now really quickly. God, I need my alerts just aren't working, and it's frustrating, so I really need to get that set up. Let me get back up here. I'm going to take questions. Let me just I'm going to start taking questions again. Let me just cover what's going on with these tornadoes in the south, and then we're going to get right back into it. Start taking questions again. Mid-Atlantic. Here's our 2Z starting to load more in. Simply appreciate the sub. Thank you. Christine, Jake, Jason, Michelle. There's like a pigeon and a dog. Stephanie, thank you. Simply, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay. Really quickly now, let's talk about these tornadoes. This is obviously a very serious situation down here. We need to let's get into here and see how these look. How dangerous do these look? Are they observed? Are they radar indicated? I like seeing radar indicated more. That typically gives you a better chance to not have as much severity, but not always. So let's see. First one, tornado just out to the east along this squall line. Let's take a look at where this could be. Let's go to our velocity radar. Just to the south of Seminary, headed out towards Ellisville and Laurel, Mississippi. Let me look at our correlation coefficient. Do we think that this is a strong tornado that's on the ground? Regardless, treat it like one. It looks like we might have a little bit of a debris signature moving out towards Ellisville and Laurel, Mississippi. Definitely a little notch here. Some pretty good velocity winds, so take that seriously. Let's move up here and see how we're doing up here with this potential tornado on the ground up near Taylorsville. Okay, they just moved that in. To me, it looks like this. It's hard to tell, but I think this might be something right here. Let me see if we can see anything on the correlation coefficient. When you don't see a debris signature on the correlation coefficient, that's a very good sign. That means you probably have a rotating cell or mesocyclone, but you have nothing on the ground. This isn't going to be really a mesocyclone in the squall line, but here we go. It might be through here. Anyways, Bay Springs headed out towards Heidelberg and Quitman. We need to watch this. This right here is concerning to me, headed out towards Quitman. Are we still in Mississippi or Alabama, guys? Mississippi. So, and everything in between. So, Stonewall, Enterprise, Quitman, Bay Springs between Bay Springs and Quitman. This could be a tornado right here on the ground. Let me see if I can get a better look at our base velocity. yeah, I mean, this could be something significant right in here. So nothing much on the correlation coefficient. A little bit of a debris signature maybe. But radar indicated you need to treat this like this is a very strong tornado on the ground, because even if it's not on the ground right now, it very well could touch down and intensify as it moves towards Pachuta. I'm butchering these. Mississippi and Quitman. Still a very scary looking situation out here. I like that there's a lot of rain and messiness out ahead of this. This is going to be more rain cooled air. This is going to make the squall line a little bit less unstable. I think, hoping that chokes out, with no inflow like that, I'm hoping this chokes out some of these potential tornadoes we have through here, but we'll see. You need to treat these like they're very, very serious situations, because you could see one of these actually do some significant damage in this area. Okay, let's get back to answering some questions here. Scroll back out. Let my winter weather radar load. Is Long Island getting any snow this week or next week? Yeah, I mean, your models still want to put potentially an inch of snow across New York City and Long Island. It's going to be close, though. Definitely going to be close. Oops, I got to go to MMRS. There you go. It's going to be real close. We can take a look. I mean, you can see our latest still wants to put. I mean, northeastern Long Island's probably going to struggle, but you can see New York City through much of central and western Long Island still wants about an inch of accumulating snow. I think that's very possible. I mean, DC, I don't know what to say about DC. You're getting a lot of snow. I'd say 6 to 7 inches is your minimum. You could approach a foot, probably not. I think latest HRRR is doing good with this. 8 to 9 inches is definitely possible. Yeah, it's gonna be a mess. We'll hit Connecticut. This is not expected to move up there. The storm next week. I mean, you could see a little bit of dusting as this moves off the coast. But our storm next week, we have to see. That could be a big coastal mid-Atlantic and New England storm. So definitely need to watch that for sure. For sure. What do you think Maryland's going to get? Maryland's a big state. So if you're talking about southern Maryland, down near the water, you could get down near the beach, you could get an inch. Most of Maryland, central to northern Maryland's, yes, is expected to get somewhere between 6 to 9 inches. More in certain isolated areas or local areas. How much are you thinking for northern Maryland? Yep, I think this is accurate right here. So 6 to 8 inches. You could get more, could get a little bit less. This is a good short range model of the HRRR, especially within this time frame. Pittsburgh, PA. They keep messing with your totals. Right now wants Pittsburgh to see about 4. If you average this out, about 4 inches. I think you guys could see 4 to 6. So we'll see. It's compressed some of this snow down a little bit in here, and it's actually brought the snow totals up a little bit in here. So that's interesting. Kind of like a tilting storm, tilting like that. Long Island, yeah, I just covered that. So maybe a half inch to an inch is still possible central to western Long Island and in New York. Are the totals for Cincy down? It's hard to tell looking at this because you guys have snow falling right now. So this I guess would just be additional snow. We go to the Ohio Valley. Your guys' snow event is you're like halfway through your snow event right now. So let me move this over to reflectivity. Cincinnati, I mean, you have some heavy snow squalls still that are going to move through, and back end snow that's going to move through as well. So I don't think your Cincy snow totals are down. If anyone's there, you can probably tell that there's. I mean, does anyone have a snow report for me in Cincinnati? I should have probably had that pulled up here. Let's see. Millions on the Blizzard Warning. National Weather Service, considerable disruptions to daily life. Yes, we know all this stuff. Thank you very much. Snowfall reports last 24 hours. Here we go. Let me get in here. 1 second, guys. Man, this thing loads slow. What are we getting right now in Cincy? What are our snow total reports in Cincinnati? All right. So right now in Cincinnati, because when people ask questions, I would think that there's no snow on the ground in Cincinnati based on what people are saying. But then I look in here and I'm like, oh, there's 5 to 6 inches already on the ground in Cincinnati. And you're only halfway through this event. You guys are right on track. I don't think you guys have anything to worry about. A little bit lighter up in Dayton. And let's see. I don't know if we have any snow reports in Columbus. You can kind of see what's happening. I like this look, guys, because you can kind of see where the heaviest snow is. Our snow band is basically sitting like this right now. And what's it doing? It's heading east. So Columbus is still probably yet to see its heaviest snow. Harrisburg is yet to see its heaviest snow. This is going to shift like this, and then it's going to start to actually become more flattened out as it gets off the coast, and it's going to kind of start to look more like this. So, but you can see here, your heaviest snow hasn't really even entered the Columbus area. It's just to the south and to the west, but Cincinnati's doing good already and expected to get much more. You guys want to see something crazy? 18 inches out here in parts of Kansas. I mean, this is crazy out here. I mean, some of this is actually underwhelming in Kansas City. I told you guys. Yeah, see, like not many people out here hit. Some areas, not many people out here hit a foot. Everyone's saying we're gonna get a foot and a half, 2 feet. We'll have to see. Some of these areas on the backside though did a foot and a half of snow out there. Okay, sorry. Let's go. Look back into here. You can see what Cincy's still expecting another 5 inches on top of what it's already gotten. That's crazy. Let's see. Trenton, New Jersey. Yeah, we can take a look at let's go into Mid-Atlantic. Here you go. This is, a lot of models want to keep the snow total down. The HRRR does really good at this time frame. So I'd say 2 to 3 inches is still possible of accumulation through Trenton Mercer Airport and around that area. Will Northeastern Tennessee see more snow? You guys are in a great spot with this system next Friday into Saturday. We'll have to see how that adjusts. But right now, based on our latest updated models, it looks really good. I'm really excited to see the GFS that's going to start loading up here soon for us guys to see what that snow could look like next week. And our Euro that's going to come out tonight. Thank you for the follows and the subs, guys. I appreciate you. Luke Perf. So it's confirmed a snowstorm now instead of rain for New Jersey next weekend. No, not confirmed. Not at all. Not even close. Because if we do have the low move in just to our west, that's going to be a rain and sleet event for New Jersey. It's looking more likely like a snow event. But also there are some models that want to bring the storm and push it off the Virginia coast, which would be no snow for us up here. There's still the snow in Texas and Arkansas is looking. The confidence is not as high. What happens as it pushes up through maybe through parts of the southeast and then up towards the mid-Atlantic, that's still up in the air. Fingers crossed TikTok doesn't get messed up because the following has been going crazy for you over there. Yogu, sorry, I didn't see that. That was a while ago, but yeah, I know. Yeah, if you are on TikTok, yeah, that's why I am multi-streaming right now. I gotta be careful how loud I say it. That's why I'm multi-streaming right now over to YouTube, just in case. I don't know what's gonna happen on TikTok, so. Hopefully everything's good though. We're hoping everything is good. But I appreciate the follows and subs, guys. Thank you very much. The snow is heavy. It's sleet right now, really bad. We don't like that. What time does the Euro and GFS update based on Eastern time? 10:30 for the GFS, and then the Euro's always late. The Euro's always start at around 12:30, I think, Eastern AM. So our GFS is probably already beginning to load, but it's in the really I'm not even going to look at it yet because it just started loading. Right above Philly, yeah. This latest still wants to put between 3 to 5 inches right above Philly. I'd say take that down a little bit between 2 to 4. Let's see here. We'll hit New York City, and where will there be this storm? We're still expecting potentially an inch of accumulation in New York City. The storm next weekend, that could be more significant. We have to wait and see. The 00Z tonight's going to be interesting to look at. Let's see here. Kristen, Geo, Moon, Poppy, what's going on? Just simply Brett, Madam, Simply Charlie, Gracie, and Seiko. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, a little after 12 a.m. for the Euro. Yeah, but the GFS is already loading in. Can you check Westchester, Ohio in Cincinnati? Oh, Cincinnati. Cincy. I can show you that region really quick. Here, we'll get a little bit closer into Ohio. I want to check on what's going on with our tornadoes as well. Here's what it looks like. Here's what we could see still fall in some of these areas. since he's obviously down over here. Let me see what's going on with our... Okay. Like I thought, a bunch of those lift it. We do still have a tornado warning. Radar indicated just to the south of Meridian, Mississippi, and to the north of Laurel. Headed towards Quitman. How serious is this? Let's take a look. I mean, you should treat them all seriously. Ooh, is that the rotation right there? One second. Is that actually the rotation? Hold up. Oh, it is. Okay, this one might actually be on the ground here, just to the west of Quitman, Mississippi. So, yeah. Yep, I think it is on the ground. So, you can see it right here. I would, if I was in Quitman, Mississippi, anywhere around there out towards Butler, Alabama, get on the bottom floor of your house if you have a 2-story house. Get into the most interior room you can. Get away from windows. Get into a storm cellar if you can. You know, I think this tornado could get choked out as well. I hope so, but you need to treat it like it's not going to. Like it's only going to intensify because it very well could. Correlation coefficient isn't super strong, but you can actually see a little bit of a debris field there starting to pick up. So pretty serious situation going on down there as well. The squall line's starting to get messy as we thought as it moved into Alabama, and I think our tornado chances are going to start going down quite drastically soon, but not quite yet. Not quite yet. Can I talk about the Ohio Valley? I have been talking about the Ohio Valley a lot this stream, but I will continue to on and off. Yeah, just trying to hit everyone's questions. Let's see here. This is still probably our most update. Yeah, our best update on snow totals. She said, Atlanta, Georgia, if you don't answer, I will genuinely crash out. Dude, I have a lot of people that are asking questions, and I don't think anyone's more important than the other person. I just answer as quick as I can. Atlanta has a chance to see snow next week, but it's too far out. You could easily see rain and sleet and 0 inches of snow. So we have to wait a little bit longer to get a forecast down for Atlanta. Let's see here. T-Dub, chances for a nor'easter. I'd give us like a 20 to 30% chance that the GFS is correct, which is a pretty good chance because if that happened, that would be a crazy storm for us up there. It's snowing hard in Hampton, VA. Yep, some heavy snow is beginning to move into VA in general. You can see right here our updated snow totals. Wow, 11 inches in northern West Virginia now. I mean, look at what's going on. And yeah, you can see where the snow bands are setting up, guys, right here. So a lot of you haven't seen snow and you're like, what's going on? Here's our snow band, our heaviest snow band. This is going to shift east like this. So places like Columbus, Pittsburgh, DC, Richmond's just starting to get some good snow. This is still coming for you guys. This is still trucking right along. You haven't entered, what's going to be your most significant portion here. Okay, 00Z GFS is loading in. Man, this just wants to give so much snow. We'll see what happens as that moves along. The latest NAM is up as well too. No significant changes here. Lots of back end snow. Let's see here. Northern Arizona hasn't gotten snow, and we always have a decent amount around this time of year. I wouldn't say always, but maybe more on average, yeah. Baltimore's still looking pretty good for this system. Baltimore's still looking pretty good. Somewhere between 7 and 9 inches is still pretty realistic. Brooke, I appreciate you. Let's see. Picture for Maryland, guys. People, when you ask about a whole state, I mean, if you're asking about Maryland down here, 2 to 3. If you're asking about Maryland up here, 7 and 9 is realistic. So, but you can see it. That's why I'm zoomed in right here, because I don't want to kind of like have to be answering all the totals. I'm showing you right now the latest HRRR, because this is your best model in the short range at this point once we get within 12 hours. So this will be, because, we could look at the NAM, the Euro. We could look at like what the GFS thinks here, and I think those totals are going to be too high. So, yeah. Really quickly, I want to look at something here at our national blended models, and I want to move up into New York. Let's see. And let's move this forward. Look at what happens, guys, as we get into Wednesday. And this is, ooh, Candace, I appreciate the sub. Thank you. I appreciate that. Adonis and Simply, thank you. Thank you, Candace Bryant. Lee, Adonis, Terry, thank you guys. Okay, I appreciate it. Now, remember, this is a national blended model, so this is a conservative look at what we could see from lake effect snow. So now I want to see what our actual Euro is thinking. Deterministic, here we go. So let's go into Kuchera as we get into Wednesday and as we push through Friday. And this is what I've been concerned about. Big lake effect snow event happening. You know, a foot up and down the coast or more. I think this could actually be enhanced. So this is Wednesday through Friday. We're watching some big potential lake effect snow up through portions of upstate New York. Alrighty. Let's go back down into, one second, guys. All over the place. And let's get back into our latest HRRR so you guys can see what's actually, what our best chance of snow totals are going to look like right now. U.S. regions. One second, guys. 0 to Z. Mesomat, what's going on? Appreciate it. Mesomat. Let's see. DJRT, thank you. Owen. PPD, appreciate you. Mesomat, guys, is he's in Kentucky. He's been seeing some significant impacts from this winter storm. So I'm gonna have to get an updated report from him. But yeah, he does the same thing I do on here. If you're ever on TikTok or YouTube, MESOMATT, don't follow. He does the same thing. He covers all these events. And yeah, he does a great job. So definitely, yeah, show him some love. Mesomat, MESOMATT. Simply, I appreciate you. So mad I couldn't cover today. Yeah, he would be streaming all day if he wasn't in an absolute, you know, shit show of a situation out there in Kentucky. Let's just say that. How are tornadoes looking like for the next 24 hours? I know there's a lot of active right now. Yeah, we were just talking about this one down here, just to the south. Where are we in? Meridian, Mississippi, heading out towards Butler, Alabama. And I'll take another quick look at this. Your tornado, your severity, your tornado outlook is. You can see the squall line kind of falling apart here. It's only going to improve as we move forward right now. You know, the instability is going to decrease from here on out, but we still could get some spin ups through portions of Alabama and potentially over into Georgia. So we still have to watch this. Let's take a look at what's actually going on here, though. You know, you can see that this might be your rotation here. Do we still? It looked like we may have had something on the ground here. Yep, there's your rotation right into here. Correlation coefficient still looks pretty clean. You know, I'm hoping that this radar is leading me in the right direction and that there's nothing here. But if you're over in Quitman or over Stonewall out towards Butler, Alabama, you need to still take this seriously like this is a tornado on the ground, and you should be in the most interior part of your home. You should be in a storm shelter. You should be away from windows. Get off the top floor of your house. Take this seriously. I'm hoping that this tornado warning drops soon, and I kind of expect it to, but sometimes you expect it to, and it just gets worse. So take this seriously here. I like that there's a bunch of rain and messiness out ahead of this. This is going to kind of cool the air out ahead of it, and I think it's going to create you know, a tough environment for this thing to continue to strengthen. But there's some rotation in there. So, you know, it's a very serious storm, and you can see some heavy, you know, strong winds and hail with this thing as well, with this line. All right, let me get back. Winter weather. Wow, look at that map. Look at that map, guys. 1 second. Half of the stream is asking for Delaware. Can you please answer us? I've asked for 3 days. Okay, I'm going to start. I'm gonna start blocking people who are listen. I don't want to be mean, guys, but if anyone could see the comments from my side, how fast they fly through, I've answered about Delaware probably 100 times on this stream. So if you just got in here and I've missed your comment, I'm sorry if I haven't answered your comment. I am not answering your comments intentionally, guys. I'm trying to answer everyone's questions as quickly as I can, and I'm one person. And yes, I have answered Delaware a lot. And we'll continue to go over that. I also have Delaware on the map right now in front of you. It's actually right there in front of you. Snow totals expected. So it's actually highlighted. It's the biggest thing on the screen on my stream right now. Maria, Brian, Alicia, appreciate you guys. As Matt, Tennessee, what will happen? Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people want to know about, what's going on next week. Listen, just to give you, I'll go down here through the Southeast. This is your blended models. Take this with a grain of salt. This is going to take, a lot of different. This is going to take a lot of different forecasts from a lot of different models, average them out, blend them together. This is kind of widely looked at as one of your most kind of accurate and most conservative models. I think the snow line may push slightly more to the north as we, Thursday through with the Thursday through Saturday storm system down here, winter storm. But all of these areas could see accumulating snow. You would expect areas like north and eastern, including Dallas-Fort Worth, and then through Arkansas and Tennessee up towards Virginia to maybe see, and maybe Kentucky to maybe see the most significant snowfall from this late week into the weekend snow event that's coming up. But we need a little bit more time to get down to totals. Expecting any more snow in Louisville over the next few days. Again, this could bring in Louisville snow. I think the timeline would be around Friday. West Virginia in the next few hours. Yeah, you guys are still you're still going to be getting dumped on. Let me move back up here. Let's go back. Well, I guess we'll take it in here. This is kind of, we're on the 02Z, so you're still expected in some areas of West Virginia. I take these totals down a little bit. In central to northern West Virginia, some areas are still expecting 1 inch to probably 5 inches of snow to continue to fall, on top of what you've already received. Dean and Toby, I appreciate you guys. So we are in the gray. Can we expect any snow? Yeah, if you're in the gray, that means that you have a chance for accumulating snow. And remember, the national blended model is going to be very conservative. So if the national blended model shows you getting 1 inch of snow, that could actually be 4 or 5 inches. It's taking model runs that show no snow and model runs that show a lot. It's kind of averaging them out. But also, if you're in the inch of snow, you could see that rain line shift slightly to the north. You could miss the snow, but it's going to show you, the national blended models is showing you, if you're in any of that gray or blue, you have a chance of seeing some decent accumulation of snow next week. We need some time to actually see, what's going to, we'll take a look at the latest GFS too, how these totals are going to really look. And a lot has to do with the storm track. And any shift to the north or south really changes how much snow you get. Do you think cancellations are possible for Tuesday for the Mid-Atlantic? I feel like by Tuesday we should be fine. But you could still see some cancellations on Tuesday depending on what areas get hit and how hard. Could it snow tomorrow in Tennessee? You could get some back end snow. I would expect it to be light. The mountains are going to get some accumulation though. Eastern Tennessee mountains. Toby and Jules, appreciate you guys. When do you think you will start your sub only live stream and EST time? Yeah, I'll probably be doing this stream for let's see, how long have I been going for? I got to check. I'll probably be doing this stream for at least another 30 minutes, and then I'll go into the sub only. So, yeah, so maybe closer to 11:20, 11:30 Eastern time. Joanna, I appreciate you. Yeah, and that'd be over on TikTok, just so I can answer at least your guys' questions the best I can. No problem. SGT, thank you. Appreciate the follows and subs, guys. Thank you for doing this, Connor. You're doing an amazing job. I appreciate that. Gracie, thank you. Thank you, Shan. Appreciate you guys. How much for Allentown? Yeah, it's tough. Our probably most reliable short range model still wants to give you guys a couple inches. I think you could get more than that just based on elevation. I think you could maybe see 3 to 4. So it's really tough to tell. Best estimate would be maybe 2 to 3 inches. Let's see here. Yeah, people asking about New Jersey. Central New Jersey looks to really be your cutoff for good accumulation. You could get an inch all the way up through the most northern area of Jersey. An inch of accumulation is not out of the question. But when it comes to kind of like 2 to 3 inches plus of that really, that plowable snow, that's going to be central Trenton out east and then to the south. Farther south you get from there, the higher the snow totals go up. Is there a way to forecast the ice sleet accumulation for the Ohio Valley area? Yeah, let's go over there. I actually have not talked about that enough. Thank you for reminding me. It's kind of already happening, so I've been kind of like, it's like, okay, well, it's here. Yeah, so this is, you've already had a bunch of ice fall. This is what could still fall, freezing rain, sleet-wise. The totals down here are actually way up. That's concerning in southern Virginia. I hope we don't see close to an inch of snow down, or inch of ice down there. That is crazy. I have not seen that. That is new. Ice accumulations through a lot of areas in western West Virginia and northern Kentucky. It's looking like you still could see a lot more ice from Louisville out east, and then southern Virginia as well. So that's concerning. Also, I would say you can see down here what's happening in North Carolina around the Boone area. Someone could get a surprising close to a half inch of ice. Appalachia needs to be very careful. Someone could get some ice down there. You're going to get some snow, and you could get some ice down there as well. Thanks for reminding me to look at that. But these ice totals are no joke, guys. Luckily for a lot of you people out here, and every time I say you people, I think it's funny. Baltimore, Delaware, Jersey, PA, we're not looking like we're going to get much ice out here. So this is an update to me. This seems a little crazy, bullish to get an inch of ice down here, but that's interesting. West Virginia still wants to get a lot more. Maria, thank you. Tamara, Katie, Ben, I appreciate you guys. What software is this? Right now I'm using WeatherBell. I also use Pivotal Weather and Radar Omega. Pivotal Weather, WeatherBell, and Radar Omega. Radar Omega and Pivotal Weather is for models like this, and you can use it free. WeatherBell is a subscription, so this one is a little bit more pricey. Here's our best short range model of what we can still expect out here and in the Ohio Valley. Can you guys see those numbers? Can this storm blow north and hit Scranton, PA? You could get a surprising total up there. I know it says kind of more towards like an inch and a half. You could maybe see like up a little over 2, but I don't. At this point, it doesn't look like we're going to see that happen. We're getting very close. What do you mean subs only? Comments, viewers. Yeah, Mr. Minty. I'm over on TikTok as well, not just YouTube. So on TikTok, I have subs where I want to really try to make sure I can answer all their questions. So I do a sub only live, sometimes before, sometimes after my stream. Yeah. So I'm trying to get my YouTube channel going because I don't know what's going to happen with TikTok, and it would just be unfortunate to kind of lose everything if TikTok gets banned, but hopefully not. Katie, I appreciate you. Is the ice over the next day moving down or up? Is it coming closer to South Carolina or PA? Yeah, the ice in the southeast next week is a little bit concerning too. That's something we need to watch. Let's see here. Actually, surface ice accumulation. This this doesn't look too significant, but we could see this picture go way up as we move ahead in time. This is a blend, so this is going to be an underestimation. So we're going to have to watch what that looks like next week. Definitely. One second, guys. Oh, the 3Z's loading in right now, too, for the HRRR. Will the storm hit Mobile, Alabama? Not likely. That's a little bit far to the south. What's your favorite thing to show us with the upcoming snowy southern weather? I do have a map. I do like our probabilities map. It's kind of only because everyone's like, what are the chances? What are the chances? And I never want to answer what are the chances. Like, I never want to give a percentage. So this map does the percentage for me. I'll show you here. We'll go to U.S. regions and we'll look at like South Central first. So here is kind of based on the euro, which is really good. AMD Jr., I appreciate the sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then Press Terry, I appreciate you guys. AMD, I really appreciate you. Thank you. So if we go to probabilities here and we go down to and we look at winter, right here, chance of getting an inch or more of, and this is the Euro. It's a pretty good snow model. This could change though. K Young and James, I appreciate you guys. This is, and I'm going to go through the regions here. This is what the Euro thinks your chances are of seeing an inch or more of accumulation over basically the next 5-6 days. You can see here, it's basically saying Dallas, you have a 90 to 100% chance of seeing an inch or more of accumulating snow. I don't know about that, but even down here, I mean, this is giving you a 50% chance as far down here of seeing an inch or more of accumulating snow. Look what happens when we go to 3 inches or more, 6 inches or more. You're still seeing totals down there in the south. You got to take this for granted, obviously, with the grain of salt, because not every ensemble is going to give you these same types of probabilities. Another interesting look in the southeast. The Euro is a pretty good snow model. A lot of people consider it our best global mid to long range snow model. You can see through here. I mean, this is like a 50 to a 70% chance of seeing an inch or more of accumulating snow next week. Could that include part like Atlanta, Charlotte, parts of northern South Carolina, all of Tennessee, Arkansas, northern Alabama, Mississippi, northwestern Louisiana? This is I'm not making this map. I'm just showing you guys what our latest ensembles look like for this. And then even 3 inches or more, if you're anywhere in the color, it gives you a chance of seeing 3 inches or more of accumulating snow. The problem is, I think with this map is since we're not sure of exactly the tracking, if our low tracks a little bit to the north, I think all of this probability moves to the north with it. But this is a really interesting map especially because I hate answering I hate answering the question, what's the chance or what's the probability, because it's just a hard it's hard to answer accurately. And I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. Just to be crushed. Okay. Let's get back up in here. Let's see. Those colors meant, yeah. So what we were just looking at there, the blue and the blue and the green were like a 20, let's say a 10 to a 30% chance. Anything when you got up to yellow and above, the red was basically 90 to 100% chance, and yellow to orange was basically somewhere in between 50 to 70% chance of seeing an inch or more of accumulating snow. So, sorry if you missed that. I'll just show you really, really quickly. So it's our probabilities map. I don't know if you couldn't see, I probably had to zoom out. If you couldn't see really quickly, these, just pretend like as the colors get darker, that your probability. So the red right here, guys, this is the European, which is a good mid to long range snow model. A lot of people consider it our best global. This red it's giving you a 90 to 100% chance of seeing an inch or more of accumulating snow next week. And really starting from our yellow, that's a 50% chance or more. And then you get your green, your blues to greens, this is going to be about a 10 to 30% chance. And then you can see we even move into 3 inches or more. A lot of coverage for you guys. So southeast, again, I'm worried about that this shifts a little bit to the north. We'll have to see, but I mean, everyone in really the yellows and above, it wants to give you more than a 50% chance of seeing more than an inch of accumulating snow. I'm worried about this shifting to the north based on some of our trends, but that is what that means. So let's go into here, surface. Sorry, guys. Where am I? Let's get back into our 2Z. Misty, Sandy, Taylor, I appreciate you guys. I'm from Anderson, South Carolina, near Greenville. I haven't seen snow in years. Yep, I'm crossing my fingers for you, Gracie. You guys are close to kind of where this wants to bring snow or it wants to bring sleet and rain. Hopefully it takes us farther southern route for you. I would like to take a farther southern route for everyone down there to get snow. I know a lot of people in the south wait a long time. So, I mean, we've been in a decent snow drought. Columbus, Ohio is getting a heavy band of snow currently. We talked about that. Currently over 1 inch. Yep. So we talked about that. This is the map I was looking at here, and let's see if we can get an update. This is from the National Weather Service. And we were looking at this, and I was saying a lot of people are wondering, why haven't I gotten snow in Ohio or up near Columbus, Ohio? Well, right here, these are where our totals are being, read right now. So you can just assume this is kind of where your snow band is. This is moving out east. This is moving out east. As I said, this big clump of snow here, of the heaviest snow, is going to cross into all of these areas very, very soon. And it already is in a lot of northern West Virginia. So I would expect that we're going to start seeing on here some numbers pop up in Columbus. And they're going to start popping up quick. Very, very quick. Look it up here, guys. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. 67 inches. 67 inches of snow. Oh, my gosh. To the north and to the east of Syracuse. Right out to the north and west of Rome. Oh, my gosh. Holy crap. I like snow, but I don't like snow that much. So I'm glad I'm not there. Any snow in New York? This isn't going to bring really much snow into New York. You're going to get that lake effect snow. You're going to get that lake effect snow. But again, New York City, the Hudson Valley getting a dusting. New York City and portions of Long Island, Central and Western getting an inch of accumulation isn't out of the question. This is tonight. Next week, we'll go over that again in a second. I was just going over that. Let's look at our latest GFS. Thank you for reminding me, whoever said that. Let's take a look at our latest GFS. 12Z. Why is guys, we like our 12Zs. Our 12Z and 00Z globals is a fresh data set. Twice a day, weather balloons are set up in the air from all over the U.S. And those weather balloons move up in the atmosphere, and they take readings such as what's the pressure like with that pressure change with elevation, the temperature change with elevation, the moisture content of the atmosphere as we move up in elevation, our wind speeds, our wind direction as we move up. And we get all that data back, and that is what's shown in the 12Z and 00Z of the global models. So they're much more accurate models. And then the 6Z and the 18Z are just adjusted for time. Let's really quickly look at the GFS 00Z. Wow, it's loading slower than I'm used to. Okay, the 00Z adjusted back to the euro. The last run of the GFS wanted to put okay, guys, Dallas is really, really looking. I want to say really, really looking like a good snow event. I still think that rain line can move to the north, but that's still looking like a good snow event. This is still looking like a decent snow event for Arkansas, potentially northwestern Louisiana, northern, very far northern and northwestern Mississippi and Alabama. Still wants to bring some mixing and snow into portions of northern Georgia, northwestern South Carolina, and western North Carolina. We'll see how this loads. Still a good look for southern snow, though. Now, does this, as this model loads, bring this off the Virginia coast or allow it to move up the coast and really amplify and really become negatively tilted and turn into a nor'easter? That's what we're waiting to see. But it's still one run. Logan, Maria, and Tasha. But what's significant is we're now within 120 hours of, and really 96 hours with a lot of this stuff happening. So our forecast with this is going to get really, really good. Really, really good. Is there a chance there will be snow in Cincinnati next weekend? Depending on how this moves, yes. Depending on how this system travels, yes. We will see. Definitely a chance that puts some more snow into Cincy. Yeah. Let me move this back, guys, so you can see this. It's been 5 years since South Fort Worth has got good snowstorm. Everyone is talking about it. Yeah. And that's scary, Wade, because it's so close to that rain sleet line that any kind of change, any sort of trend north, even just by like 50 or 25 miles, could slowly start to move Dallas into the rain, and everyone would be really upset. So I keep reminding people, it looks good for Dallas, but just hold off on your excitement just a little bit longer. I know I'll probably never see snow in South Carolina. Did in 2018, but hoping we push south a bit. Yeah, Gracie. I'm hoping it can push south a tiny bit. Please tell me you get paid for this. I swear you're better than our local people. I appreciate that. Listen, I've been really, until recently, making nothing. The streams have been popping off lately. The videos have been doing well. So finally I'm making something, and that's good because I also pay for a lot of weather subscriptions to be able to show you guys this information and a lot of software for my editing and for my streaming. So it's helpful. Especially the follows and the subs are very, very helpful. But I appreciate the gifts to you guys. Thank you for just being in here and engaging as well. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. That's very nice. Is West Virginia done on snow? No. West Virginia is not done on snow, especially because we're going to have some snow in the back end wrapping around. How's our tornadoes looking down here? Okay, so this system still is moving in equipment. Real quick, this is important. Still radar indicated. Equipment, where is this thing? Where is this thing? Hold up, guys. We've been talking. We were talking about equipment earlier. This looks pretty sloppy. I don't know. I think this is just rotation, aloft, but you should still be in a safe spot in equipment. Honestly, it's moving over you right now. It doesn't look like we have a tornado on the ground, but we very well could. So you should treat it like it. Equipment. Where are we? Alabama, Mississippi. Moving out east towards Butler, Alabama. I think this tornado warning is going to drop, and I hope it does. I think it's going to drop. Let me move back out here. Okay. Really quickly, I'm just going to do a speed round and answer as many questions as I can. But try not to get too specific or else I can't answer it. Taylor, Stars, Caitlin, Swanee. Okay. Let me just finish this, and I'm just going to answer. I'm just going to read chat and stop looking at the maps and answer as quick as I can without really looking at our maps here. Gracie, we're very grateful to you. Thank you, Gracie. Thank you, Gracie. Yeah, Texas ice, Haley. Yeah, we haven't really been talking about Texas ice, but that could be a problem too. Whoa. What was that? Swanee, thank you. No, thank you. Swanee, what was that? I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That was cool. Thank you very much, Swanee. Shout out, Swanee. Okay, let me just start answering questions as quick as I can. Chat's flying, but we're going to do this. The Bengals lost the playoffs. Wait. Oh, my God, wait. Oh, because, because Denver won, right? Will Long Island get any snow? If you're talking about this system, central to western Long Island is still expected a half inch or an inch of accumulation. I think that's still realistic, but if you get a trace, don't come and be mad at me. It's really tough. You're at the top of that snow line. The HRRR, which is our best short-range model, still wants to give you a half inch to an inch, so I'm going to put my faith in the HRRR. Pete, Taylor, Savannah. All right, do you have any info on Louisiana? Northwestern Louisiana could get some snow next week. I'll tell you that. Now our bad weather, our severe weather down there it's pushed out. I mean, you could still see something spin out up down in southeastern Louisiana, although really it looks like mainly a severe thunderstorm type of situation down there. Not really much of a tornado threat. Brian, I appreciate you. Utah. Yeah. Hey, listen, there's a lot of cold air troughing moving back down into the southern Rockies, and you're going to get some surprising snow, I think, as we move into next week. Your temperatures, you're going to finally get back below average. DC, yeah. Let's really quickly look into here. Let me just update. I want to see if we have any updated snow totals for you guys. We're going to start to see these snow totals out east start to be reported. Like I said, for anyone wondering, if you haven't gotten snow, Columbus, this actually needs to update. Here's our snow band, currently where people have already seen snow, and this is moving right out into the east. So it's moving in. You're not supposed to have seen a lot of snow out here yet. So we're still waiting on it. And to anyone who's out here really from parts of Illinois and out east, you're still going to see some back-end snow. It's still going to be snowing for a little while longer. You're not done yet. You are not done for most of your areas there. Christina, Savannah, I appreciate you guys. Is Oregon going to have snow? Oh man, you're making this difficult on me. I haven't been looking up there because of these winter storms happening right now. Typically, if there's not a major winter storm going through, a lot of my posts on TikTok will be actually about the whole region, west, north, east, south. I will do this really quickly though. Do I have my Pacific Northwest on here? Hold up. Wow, is this not gonna show me Pacific Northwest and U.S. regions? There we go. I'll quickly go to my European 18Z, and and let's move forward. What's happening over in Oregon over the next week? Yeah, not much. High elevation snow. Low elevation, not much. That's probably going to be, let's look at some of our rainfall. Precipitable water, a decent amount near the coast. Let's see here. 1 second, guys. Honestly, it's a little bit boring in the Pacific Northwest right now. You guys, late into January, early February, though, I think a lot of cold air and snow and potentially low elevation snowfall is going to move back over there. We've been talking about that actually for a while. Let me get back into 1 second. 1 second, guys. Our 3Z is loading in, so I want to see what this does. Okay, we'll keep the 2Z for now. Wyoming, honestly, listen, in the speed route, listen, because of this winter storm is so significant and what's going to happen, with this next one, I don't have all your quick answers for what's happening out in the West. What I do know that's happening out in the West, in the southern and northern Rockies, is we have a large trough, very vertical trough, moving in around Tuesday, Wednesday. That's going to bring you well below average temperatures, increased winds, and you could see some significant snow through parts of the central and southern Rockies because of that, and including into portions of northern Arizona and New Mexico as well. Is the storm going to hit Delaware at all? Yes, it's going to clobber Delaware. You got some chocolate milk protein shake. Wait, what? Weather app shows 20% of anything Thursday and Friday, and 20% of anything Thursday, Friday in Dallas, Texas. Yeah, Dallas is in a really good spot to get. Wait, yeah, Haley, I've got a 35% chance Friday in Upper South Carolina. Yeah, typically as it gets closer in time, the percentages go up. A lot of people are think that if it says 20% out, a 20% chance of some sort of precipitation a week out, as you get closer in time, typically that percentage goes up. It's not like an overall percentage. Miggy and Anders, I appreciate you. When should we expect to get hit? Dallas-Fort Worth Thursday morning? No, I think right now the timing looks to be like Thursday late afternoon into the evening, but that could change. Yeah, Denver and the Plains saw some decent snow accumulation. And what happened is you have a very interesting cold warm air boundary that sets up just east of the Rockies. You have a lot of that cold air interacting with a lot of that warmer low elevation air, and it creates a weird temperature boundary that can really cause a lot of lift and amplify a snowstorm that comes right off of the plains out of Colorado. So that's what happened out there. What is the timing for Tennessee snow for this upcoming week? Probably Friday, but we have to wait and see. I think it would be a Friday event into early morning Saturday. But I gotta really lock in on those times. After this moves off the coast for us tomorrow, that's gonna be my focus. It's gonna be that storm. Hey, can I get 10 feet here in Baltimore? 10 feet? No. 10 inches? Possibly. No, which is a lot. Is it going to move up to Buffalo? No, but lake effect snow could fall even into the city of Buffalo as we move into the next Wednesday to Thursday time frame. I think we're going to get lake effect that starts to enhance up there. Anders and Sizz, baby. I appreciate you. Is it true that this is going to be the coldest week of the year so far? For many people, yes. Do you guys want to see something interesting on that? Let's go quickly into our temperature anomalies. Let's zoom out here. Global continental. I want to show you guys something here. Let's go into temp anomalies. 1 second, guys. Let's go into our Euro ensembles. There we go. Let's do. Here we go. Temp anomalies. Okay. Just look at what's going on here. Okay. The red, this type of stuff out here, guys, this is above average temperatures. The green, and then especially this purple and pink, what all this is below average temperatures. Okay, so these temperatures are colder than your average. We are expected to remain significantly below average for much of the East through the next week to 2 weeks. In the Northern Hemisphere, the second and third week of January, on average, historically, are the coldest 2 weeks of the entire year. When you are sitting in a pattern that brings you significantly below average temperatures, and it happens to be in the coldest 2 weeks on average in the Northern Hemisphere, that's when you have a chance for, records to be broken with cold air in some locations. So, and that's why we're getting a enhanced chance of seeing, and look how this continues, especially for the eastern seaboard and southeast. Look at this. Look at that cold air just stick. I just keep moving and look. I mean, this is still a week out. Well below average in the coldest week of well below average in the coldest week of the entire year. So okay, you need to be hold up. There we go. So yeah, significant cold. Here, I'll get back here. Let me go to my HRRR. Let me see if our 3Z is loaded in yet. And I'll keep taking some questions, guys. 1 second. We'll move back Ohio Valley. This is what it's still expecting you to get out here in the Ohio Valley on top of what you already have. So you can see there's still some snow falling back in Illinois. On top of what you already have, this is what's kind of still expected. And then if we push out towards the mid-Atlantic, this isn't fully loaded. But you can see this is kind of what's still to come. All right. Monica, John, Terry, I appreciate you guys. Oh, you said I think it's coffee. Oh, I didn't know that's what you're talking about. Let's see here. You were drinking something earlier. Yeah, I'm drinking coffee. And since it's still kind of the weekend, one adult beverage, let's say. So a little mix of both. A lot of coffee, though. I know I shouldn't be drinking it this late, but let's see. Someone just asked something about the Her model, and I missed it. Oh, where were we? This is our latest. This is our 03Z of the Her, which is a great short range model, especially under 12. Especially when you get in. Wait. Okay. Especially when you get in under 12 hours. It's Wawa coffee. Yes, it is. If you guys don't live in a place with Wawa, I feel so bad for you. I'm addicted to Wawa. We're getting asked about Nebraska. You know what? Just so you guys, just so I can give you a better look at what's happening around the country real quick. Let me scroll in here. Let's take a look. Let's go back to our models here. Let me quickly take a gander at. Okay, our tornado warning dropped. We're looking good in the south. That is good to see. Let's quickly take a gander at what is going on with our latest globals as we move forward in time. Here's our GFS. What does it want to do? Wow. I really keep thinking the GFS is going to pull off of this big nor'easter, but it's not. I'm still questionable on this, guys, but this would be crazy mid-Atlantic. Oh, my God. If this were to happen, Baltimore and D.C. would see almost 2 to 3. Why are you able to keep spamming? I've literally blocked you 5 times. What is going on? How? Wawa is the biggest lifesaver. Yeah, Wawa is open. Wawa is open all the time, every holiday, 24/7. It is. It's the best food, everything. It's the best gas station in the country, in the world. How is this? Okay, I have to keep blocking these people. 1 second. What is going on with this spam? Sorry, guys. If you're on YouTube, it's happening over on TikTok. So, Buc-ee's over Wawa. Buc-ee's is really good. You're right. Now, Buc-ee's is legit as well. I forgot about that. Yeah, interested in the new snow totals GFS. Interested in the new GFS snow totals. Okay, we're gonna get into that right now. Baltimore and DC, man, you guys would see like 3 feet of snow in a span of a week if this were to take place. Again, I think this GFS is being a little bit wild. If the euro came out and started to agree with the GFS, I'd be jumping for joy because that mean I would see some big snow. I love snow. Yeah. So how does this person just have a bunch of accounts? Does this person just have a bunch of accounts that they're spamming on TikTok? How is that even possible? Yeah, new snow totals for Dallas with the latest GFS. Take it with a grain of salt. 6 to 8 inches. We'll see. We will see. We will see. What is Wawa and Bucky's? SoCal native. So Wawa. So basically, what they are is like Wawa. You can go in, and it's basically like you go up and you can order like anything, like sandwiches, burritos, breakfast, coffees, everything, and they have like it's basically like its own food establishment in there. It's like fast food that's really good that you can order. They have a huge menu, drinks, desserts, all lunch, breakfast, dinner. A lot of Wawas are open 24/7. They're very clean, nice gas stations, very modern. It's just like a super nice, anything you need is at Wawa, and they're like always open and very clean. Bucky's is similar as well. They're just like, you're like, wow, gas stations could be this nice and this, yeah, they're just great. It's like the opposite of like your, little like Shell gas station. Yeah, they're awesome. I could never like live in a place without a Wawa or a Bucky's now. How does this person just keeps creating new accounts and keeps spamming? That is so annoying. I don't know if I have any mods in here, but if you could help with that, you probably are helping with it though, if we're being honest. Yeah, okay guys, so here's what I'll show you, okay? Let's just, because people keep asking snow totals for a bunch of different weird places, so we're just going to go through this. Here, take this with a grain of salt. Here's kind of our snow totals across the country. Within, I don't believe anything that far out, within 150 hours of our latest, let's see. Yeah, I keep blocking them. Thanks, Julie. Yeah, I've gone and blocked them a few times too. So yeah, this is about 150 hours out. Obviously, you can see what's happening out here in the Rockies. Some decent snowfall through high elevation out there, but then, and you had some low elevation snowfall in the plains to the Denver, in the plains out in eastern Colorado. Another big snow on the back end of this as we move into the weekend out in the Rockies as well, and potentially here we go. Northern Plains could get back into it as we move into next weekend as well. North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin. I know you guys have been on a little bit of a snow drought, but the GFS likes some snow moving into your region as well. The latest GFS did push up our snow line a little bit. Still wants to put some snow into northern Louisiana, all of Arkansas, northern Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, Tennessee, and then portions of low elevation North Carolina, and then wants to completely smack coastal Mid-Atlantic. So we'll see. Take that with a grain of salt. We'll see how the latest Euro looks. The Euro is going to give us the best guesstimate on there in our national blended models, which I want to look at as well. One second, guys. Okay. Let's see. What about West Virginia? Yeah, I mean, West Virginia probably wouldn't see if we saw that type of look from the GFS, wouldn't see any snow. But there are a lot of models that still want to put snow into West Virginia. You can see here, a lot of West Virginia is done snowing except for your northern and eastern. Well, not a lot. Your northern and eastern portions of West Virginia still want to see anywhere from like 2 inches to a foot, depending on where you are, based on our latest HRRR, which is our most updated model right now. Philly, our most updated model, still wants to put 4 inches into Philly. I had someone in here in the beginning of the live saying that their phone in the weather service was saying 1 to 2 inches. I just don't see you guys only getting 1 to 2 inches. I think that's extremely on the low end. And the latest HRRR agrees. John, Monica, Denise, Kayla, thank you. Thank you, guys. Leslie, Ghost, Pookie K, Mac, thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Coach Corn. I used to live in Texas and begged for the snow, but you've been living in New Jersey now, and we barely get snow here. Yeah, Shan, so you're the curse, clearly. Ruining the snow for everyone. No, I'm just kidding. wherever you move. Renee, Ghost, K. K and K. I appreciate you guys. Iowa, yeah, we can look back. What's still gonna fall? You can see what's still to fall in some of these areas, guys. This is based on our latest update of the HRRR. So these are our snow totals that we could still see in these areas here. You can see in places like Cincy, maybe another 5 inches. Indianapolis, maybe another 3. Parts of central Illinois, you could see maybe another 2 to 4 inches of snow. Many portions of Kentucky, another inch or 2 are possible. North and eastern West Virginia still has a lot of snow to fall. Areas of central Ohio still maybe has 3 to 5 to 6 inches of snow to fall, a decent amount. Pittsburgh's going to be really close to that snow line. You guys could still get anywhere between like 4 to 7 inches. It's going to be really close in Pittsburgh. You may underperform, but it's a tight snow line for you guys. Yeah, and then VA out here. Let's see. This is your best look at your latest updated snow totals. And this I'm not surprised to see this. We had the Euro wanting to give like, I don't know, 3 to 4 inches through like this whole region here. And I said, yeah, it just had a bunch of snow getting trapped up in Appalachia up here, or in the Appalachian Mountains. This is going to be, maybe bring this down. I know I see like 7 and 9 here. Maybe bring that to 6 to 8. But central to northern Virginia is going to get hit pretty hard. And that's what's still to come if you've already gotten anything. Wicked and Kimber, I appreciate you guys. How much snow for Tennessee on the next one? Good question. Still unknown snow totals from that. You know, models right now, I'd say on the conservative side, we'll say 2 to 4 inches almost across the state. Higher snow totals and higher elevations, but those snow totals could increase. I think we will see them increase as we move forward in time. I'm going to release a video tomorrow talking about all that stuff, since we're going to be, especially once our latest Euro comes out. Kitten Britches, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Kitten Britches. I appreciate you. And thank you for the follows and the subs, guys. Seriously. It's awesome. I feel really lucky. This week's been really, really good. This week started off so good on TikTok. I spent 6 hours learning how to multi-stream and set up a new camera and bought new software so that I could stream on YouTube and TikTok as well. Also, I'm worried about what's going to happen on TikTok. So trying to grow my YouTube. It's the same thing, Connor's Climate Corner. Let's see here. Do you think the nor'easter is actually possible for next weekend? Simply, Braden, it is possible. It is 100% possible. But it's not like I would say we're still under a 50% chance of it happening. There's still disagreement in the models. Once we get 5 globals agreeing, I'll say, okay, it's likely. We might not have that for another 48 hours. Definitely a possibility. I like that right now they show that nor'easter off the coast, because typically models are going to start shifting west. So we'll see. It's definitely possible. That would be a crazy event. That'd be the biggest snow the Mid-Atlantic seen in a long time, and it would be more than this event, I think. Leslie, Whoopity, and Kimber, appreciate you guys. What are the new models released each day? Yeah, so when it comes to your global models, you know, basically from when you're talking about Eastern time, you know, they're somewhere around it's like midnight, 6 a.m., 12 in the afternoon, 6 p.m., and then 12 again. So that's why we call it the 00Z, 06Z, 12Z, 18Z. So it's every 6 hours. Depending on where you are, it's different, because we're all in different time zones, you know. But like the GFS Global comes out at like 10:30 Eastern. Your Euro comes out at like 12, starts loading up at like 12:30 Eastern. So Maryland, yep, these are our updated snow totals. Still seeing a lot of snow, anywhere from 6 to 10 inches in northern Maryland, and still a decent accumulation, 1 to 3 down in southern by the coast. Yeah, possible versus probable. Kara, thank you. I still, it's the big nor'easter is still possible, but I don't know how probable it is. Crystal Vince, whoopity scoop and Vince, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. VA. I'm showing it right on the map, right there. These are your projected snow totals moving forward. This is your latest update on the HRRR, so it's going to account for any snow that's already fallen, and this is what's still to come. Yeah, guys. I appreciate all of you. This has been a crazy week. I appreciate any of the subs, follows, gifts, and just being in here, hanging out with me, guys. Seriously, this has been awesome. Thank you guys for spending some time in here. I am going to just switch over onto TikTok just to do a sub-only chat. or stream for about 15, 20 minutes, so I can make sure I answer all my subs questions. But you guys are awesome. I know I couldn't answer a bunch of questions. I'm one person. Hopefully moving down the road, I'll have a couple people. I know, and shout out to my mods too. My mods are awesome in the Mezzo group. And all the regulars who have been here since the beginning, you know who you are. But I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to be releasing probably 2 videos tomorrow on this, the final updates on this storm, and then everything that's going to come with our next southern system, and some of the lake effect snow, some of the western snow that's going to be coming in here too. And then our pattern changes at the end of January into February. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to be streaming more tomorrow as well. I stream every day. I post every day. So typically I stream between 8 p.m. and midnight, somewhere in there every single day, sometimes earlier. But I appreciate you guys being in here. I'm going to switch over to sub only real quick in TikTok. I hope you guys all have a great night, and we'll see what's going on tomorrow. Thank you guys. I appreciate you.